Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? How you doing? You know who this is, the chosen one, Gabriel Skywalker from the DFS Club. And you know who else? Just heard the buzzer go off of the camera. We got him. It's Schroeder Skywalker, also here from the DFS Club. We're coming to you guys with an NBA preseason video. Another 7-gamer. But as every slate progresses, we pretty much have a pretty good read on what these guys are going to do. Unless you're like OKC, I don't trust that team. I don't trust that coach, not the team, but the coach, which is on this slate. So, yeah, tilted about that. Schroeder had to come say hi. He's still sticking, moving, bobbing, weaving. And he lectured me all day today. He says, you should have, I was trying to tell you who to play, and I didn't listen, is what he told me. And I'm like, So we've been arguing all day about it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Schroeder will come back, say hi to you guys. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, that bell icon. Leave me a comment below. I'd love hearing from you guys. I try to respond to everybody. What else was there tonight? Steph Curry, huh? Literally, man, Stephen Kerr's the definition of a toolbox. What a jerk, man. Tells us he might play a quarter and a half. My God, and he plays 3 fucking quarters. But I did have him in the night slate, but still, what a jerk. So yeah, let's get into it, guys. DFSclub.com. You want my lineups, my cheat sheets, ownership, projections for every single sport. Nobody else does this. I'm telling you, nobody. NBA, NFL, MLB, PGA, NHL, tennis, NASCAR, soccer, esports, MMA, WNBA, college sports, EuroLeague basketball. Excuse me, here goes my voice again, guys. Click the join now button. California, like the allergies this time of year is really bad because the weather just like changes. Got me all messed up. All right, and then my logo, Skywalker DFS. And again, guys, pick your plans. Pick your plans. We are the cheapest in the business, and it's not even close. Not even close, guys. DFSclub.com. This is for every single sport. A lot of people claim to be the best, but you know what? They only give you one. If you're lucky, maybe 2 sports. No. You get every team, everything, guys. So it's always a fun, what do I call it? Like a triathlon every single day. So DFSclub.com. All right. So let's bring up Old Faithful. Old Faithful is Draft Dashboard, guys. You know what it is. It's $1 for 30 days. If you want to have this exact tool that I use for all my videos, except for UFC, guys. With that $1, you get access to all my saved lineups, all my watch players, the lineup optimizer, sleepers and studs, the position optimizer, which breaks down every single player slate by slate, and the NBA cheat sheet, because if you can't win, cheat. It's got the best studs, best mid-tier, best value, guys. Draft Dashboard just in time for the NBA season. And it also has NFL, MLB, NHL, guys. So shout out to Draft Dashboard, my sponsor. Go check them out. It's only $1. So let's get into it. Like I said, a 7-game slate. All right. So we'll start. We'll do it different today. We'll start at center. How's that? We'll mix it up a little bit. Sorry. I think I need a drink. I don't got no flu or nothing. You know what I'm talking about, that fake flu that's going around, but I got my Rockstar here. All right. So Milwaukee and New Orleans are on the slate, which I absolutely love both teams. But Giannis Antetokounmpo and move on. He's 9.6K, 24, 27 minutes in his first 2, 42, 54 fantasy points, guys. He should be chalky, but that's chalk that you can't get away from, because he goes off for 50 or even, if he only gets 40, I'm sure like other players will get 40, but he has the highest upside, I think, on the slate, but we'll see. Next up, Jokic, 8.8K. You can be contrarian, go Jokic here, and hope that he gets a 50 or a 40, right, and outscores Giannis. There's always that. 25, 22 minutes. So just think if they take the breaks off, right? He gets 30 minutes. You definitely could get a 50-point game out of Jokic, especially against Portland. Next up, Andre Drummond, man. You want to talk about having a year this year, and it's only preseason. Because think about this. He's only played 20, 23 minutes, 44, 42 fantasy points in that little amount of time. So he's a points per minute monster. What was that, Schroeder? You like Andre Drummond? All right. I can get behind it. I can, honestly. Oh, well, thank you. I even got a little kiss for that. Thanks, Schroeder. You're trying to show off now. All right. Next up, Deandre Eaton. Same matchup as last time. He's only 6.9K. He'll get plenty of run in the second half, guys. He played pretty much that whole game. They spread out the minutes, though. He had 24 minutes, but got 41 fantasy points. Again, he's going up against Montrezl, my Hezel, my Nezel, and just made a fool out of him. DeAndre Eaton is known for his defense, guys, his blocks, his steals. So get him in there if you can at 6.9K. What I kind of like to do too, guys, is break up the slates. I play them all, like the turbos, the night slates. That way you can get to some of these guys that you probably couldn't in a normal slate. So DeAndre Eaton's one of them. And then we got New York on the slate. So you know the drill with New York. Julius Randle, 6.4K. These guys get about 30 minutes a game. He's safe, 32, 33, 34. Doesn't get more consistent than that, guys. So Julius Randle at 6.4K. Montrezl, not against Ayton, guys. Ayton's defense is too good. Nurkic only got 19 minutes. I'm not going to do that. Zion, got to go back here at 6.2. If you want to play Zion instead of Giannis, I mean, sure. I mean, I don't think that's crazy. Now, on DraftKings, of course, you can play both. But on FanDuel, you can play both too. In FanDuel, you really don't have a salary, right? You're free to play whoever you want. DraftKings, however, you got to make some decisions here. But he's 6'2". Came out, played 33 minutes, which is very good, 42 fantasy points. And the reason why is because he's a kid. He's young. This young man right here is the future of this league, guys. And I like his behavior off the court too. Mad respect for this kid. So Zion Williamson, get him in there. And Paul Millsap, guys, only 4.9K, 22, 26 minutes in his last two. 31, 22 fantasy points. So we're starting to get into the little savings here. But it's a good matchup for him against Portland. Paul Millsap, get him in there as all this cat hair is flying in my face. That's probably what I'm allergic to. Next up, Al Horford, guys. I told y'all last video. Told y'all. Even though he only played 15 minutes, I broke down why you should play him. Because he was on that Philly team. Again, I'll repeat myself. For those of you that didn't see it. Some of you didn't get it because I got a couple of comments. Some real a-holes this season already. And we haven't even started yet. But everybody's an expert, I guess. You know what? Make your own videos. Start your own YouTube channel. Put in your own work. And then come holler at me. All right? But Al Horford. He was on that Philly team. Stacked with talent. Stacked. So you didn't really get his opportunities. I mean, now with OKC, he's going to get his opportunities. All right. The court is his down low. 4.8K. If he gets an uptick in minutes, probably 20 minutes, he can easily get 35 to 40 fantasy points, guys. So even without, I think at 4.8K is good value. So power forward and center eligible. So definitely get him in there. All right, buddy. Don't worry about the computer, though. Let me make it shake. See all that cat hair flying? My goodness. The fur is what? Oh, thank you. Thank you. He's being extra cheesy tonight. Next up, Mitchell Robinson. Add him to the New York players, guys. The only problem with Mitchell is you got to worry about his foul trouble, right? Came out last game, got 2 fouls right away. But he stayed in. He didn't foul out. He got 31 minutes, 37 fantasy points. He's only 4'6". So Mitchell Robinson, definitely worth a look, guys. He might even be chalky. I don't think so because a lot of people are going to go a lot of different ways here. Let's go to Don't You Dare Be Sour. Clap your hands and feel the power. Let's go to power forward, guys. My God, you're shedding. It's like summertime in here. All right, buddy, sit down. All right, so we already went over Giannis. All right, we'll come back. God damn. I haven't seen fur fly this much since my baby's mama walked by and all her damn hair fell out. It wasn't her real hair, but you know what I mean. Her weave. Brandon Ingram, 7.9K, still too cheap for a man getting 31 minutes, 46 fantasy points, right? So no brainer here, 7-9, get him in there. Julius Randle, already went over him. Zion, Millsap, Al Horford, Kyle Kuzma, guys. So even with the Lakers, you guys already know, even with LeBron and AD playing, which are both fades for me until the regular season, still got 31 minutes, 31 fantasy points, right? So Kyle Kuzma, unfadable, guys, at 5'8". You got to get him in there. Unless we get some weird news that the Lakers are going to play Lowoke and AD for 25 to 30 minutes. Because other than that, you got to play Kuzma. Let's see. Otto Porter, 5'2". Interesting here. Had a good game last game. But the game before that, too, wasn't that bad. So I wouldn't really call this chasing. But 5'2" is pretty tempting. It's just one of those price points, right, that it's hard to get to. But Otto Porter Jr. definitely worth a look, a sneak peek. All right, and then this young man here, I've told you about him before. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name, so you're going to have to look up at the screen like that. Used to play EuroLeague ball. He's been balling out, man. 22 minutes a game, 24, 27 fantasy points. 4.3K, right? He's OKC. Just think if OKC gave this kid more minutes, like 30 minutes, he can easily get you 30, 35 fantasy points. So I play EuroLeague basketball. We're going to play it tomorrow morning, so I know these guys. So, yeah, get him in there, guys, at 4.3K. Good value. We can go back to Okoro again. You know, he got the minutes, right? He was in there for 30 minutes, had a shitty game. It happens. But I like the nice bounce back. And the thing with this is I think he'll still get 30 minutes. But I think the ownership will be lower. Because once people get burned one time, they're off that player, right? It's DFS. So stay the course. Stay consistent, especially in the preseason. Go with the guys you know will get these minutes. Okoro, get them in there. All right, so let's go to small forward. The forward of the small. All right, so first up, so I'm going to fade LeBron, Tatum, Jimmy Buckets. Brandon Ingram, we already went over him. Middleton's not bad at 6'6". This is just a really, really hard price point to get to. I'd probably rather get other places, but he did play 30 minutes last game, got 27 fantasy points. Even with Giannis out there, I mean, normally you give Middleton about 30, he can get you 40 to 45. So you want to be a little contrarian, you can definitely go Middleton here at 6'6". Then RJ Barrett had a shitty game last game, but you know what? Played 32 minutes. So look for a nice bounce back here, probably 30 or more fantasy points. He's 4.8K. He's another one of those players that will be chalky because everybody knows where the minutes are. It's in New York, right? So, all right, bud, you cannot go up against, there you go. He likes to rub up against the computer. And as you guys can see, it makes the screen bounce. So, but yeah, RJ Barrett, 4.8K. Get him in there, guys. Let's see. We already went over Kuzma, Porter, Gary Trent. I mean, if you want to take some chances here, he gets some minutes. He's just so scoring dependent, right? We saw that last game. Got 25 minutes, 14 fantasy points. Game before that, though, he got 27 fantasy points in 33 minutes. So, I mean, but Portland is stretching out their starters a little bit more, but we'll get to that in a minute. But Gary Trent, if you want to take some shots here at 4.8K, you can definitely go there. Man, cat fur all over my face. Next up, THT, man. You down with THT? Yeah, you know me. You down with THT? Yeah, you know me. Shoulder knows what's up. Naughty by nature. What's happening? 4.5K, guys. You got to get him in there. He's the man. He's the new preseason GOAT. THT, damn, took it over. 24 minutes, still got 30 fantasy points. Closed out the game. So Don't sleep on him, guys. Hopefully his ownership went down. Hopefully it goes down more. Get him in there at very affordable 4.5K. His upside is, you know, he won't play much in the first half. He played like 7 minutes, I believe, last game in the first half. But that second half, it's TH team time, baby. Let's go. Chandler Hutchinson, 4.2K. Why not? I mean, 21, 26 minutes his last two, get you, 21, 28 fantasy points at 4.2K. Not bad. I mean, no Satan Ransky, so comes off the bench. But that's damn near bare minimal, guys. You got to punt somewhere, right? Damian Dotson went and got us right in the old prison pocket last game. 25 minutes. He played the minutes. He just had a shit game, only got 13 fantasy points. So the game before that got 31 minutes, 20 fantasy points. So which Damian Dotson are we going to get here? We'll see. We'll find out, but he's bare minimal, guys. 4K. We already went over Okoro. All right. So let's go to shooting guard. All right. So Booker T, I'm not going to play him this. I'm not going to play him this late. Not going to do it. I'll wait for the regular season. It's not that it's a bad play. It's just the price point. You know he's going to get you 30 fantasy points. Plus, it's just the price point. I'd rather get to Giannis. Zach Levine, you got to get him in there, guys. 7.6K. You wouldn't believe it. I was shocked when I saw he only played 25 minutes. To me, it seemed like he played like 30. 40 and 45 fantasy points, guys. Welcome to the Zach Levine show. Get him in there. Avril Lavigne's long-lost brother. 7.6K, guys. Get him in there. Fat Fred VanVleet, man. One of the only Toronto players I trust. It's just they've been stingy with their minutes, man. 22 and 16, but he's gotten 37 and 27 fantasy points in that little amount of time there. So last time in the regular season against Miami, man, he got 52 fantasy points. So I like Fat Fred VanVleet at 6'3". We already went over RJ Barrett, Kobe White. So 7'2", worth every penny. Myself, I'm sure like you guys, we're kind of worried last slate, right? Because he started out really slow and then out of nowhere got 40 fantasy points. They dialed back his minutes too a little bit, 28 minutes as opposed to 31 before that. Kobe White's definitely in play, guys. And remember, I record this the night before. So if the day of happens and these coaches say, I'm going to rest these guys, these ones that have been playing 30 minutes all preseason, which I doubt, but I highly doubt it. But if it happens, I don't want to hear no monkey business in the comments. All right. This is the night before. So cut me some slack here. So Kobe White at 7'2". Yeah, that's expensive, but definitely worth it, guys. One of the Miami guys I do trust, Tyler Hero, 5.5K, 28 minutes last game, 33 fantasy points. You guys remember in the bubble, Hero's having a hell of a season. And I think it's going to continue this year. So I need a hero. Get him in there at 5.5K. Next up, Eric Bledsoe set to take the court tomorrow, guys. He's only 5.1K. So with Eric Bledsoe taking the court, that takes Lonzo Ball out. Not Ball. It's late. Not Ball. We'll get there. We'll get there. But Bledsoe, we'll see how many minutes he gets, but he's only 5.1. Even if he gets like 15 minutes, guys, he can still get it done, especially at this price point. Eric Bledsoe should take the court tomorrow. It's already been announced. So get him in there at 5.1. Let's see. Josh Hart is who I was thinking of, guys. Sorry. THT. Gary Harris isn't bad. 25, 24 minutes. So he gets the minutes, but Gary Harris, y'all know, he's not really known for his scoring. He's a pretty defensive-minded guy, but does get blocks, steals, whatever. 2022, I mean, it's not the most exciting play, but if you need some savings, Gary Harris is a very safe play if you need just 20 fantasy points out of someone, right? That doesn't just go out there and totally get you in the prison pocket. Next up, Theo Mandalorian right here. Oh, I can't wait till midnight. I get to see the season finale. Love that show. He's only 4.2K, guys. Nobody's talking about him. 30, 29 minutes. 23, 30 fantasy points. Get him in there, guys, at 4.2K. Again, one of these OKC guys. They gave this kid a full run, which they did the last 2 games, right? The only thing I can think of is if this coach finally says, okay, it's a dress rehearsal, which means that we're going to play our starters like it was a regular game. I'd be totally off of Theo here. But if they're going to pull the same old nonsense and play the starters only one half, roll off Theo Mandalorian, guys, at 4.2K with confidence. Javon Carter, guys, bare minimal. After that 5-point game, he gets 22, right? As it goes. He does get the minutes, mid-20s, high 20s minutes. Javon Carter, always a good punt play in the preseason at 4K. All right, so let's go to point guard. So Lowell, yeah, I'm going to fade him. Damian Lillard, 8.3K. I'd rather go to Giannis. So it's going to be really tough. But in those night slates, guys, roll him out there. Got 30 minutes last game, 27 fantasy points. So had a bad day. That's a bad day for Dame dollars. So, yeah, at 8.3K, guys, these Portland, like him, CJ, out of the 2, I'd rather play Dame. Why even mess around? Lonzo Ball, 6K, right? 31 minutes last game. I don't think he's affected by Bledsoe, but definitely get him in there at 6K. Got 27 fantasy points. Kind of scoring dependent, I know, but if he's 6K, though, and he's going to be chalky, which I have a feeling, I probably won't have that many shares of him. Shea Gill, I'm not messing around with these OKC guys no more. Fool me once, fool me twice. Yeah, ain't going to do it. So that just means he's going to go off, guys. So you might as well just get him in there. Jamal Murray, too cheap at 5.6K. It's Jamal Murray. It's Jokic, right? The 2 guys you want to roster from Denver. Way too cheap. Even though he's only getting 25 minutes, guys. He got 31. Yeah, 31 last game. He can still, oh, thank you. 40. He can still get you 40, guys. So Jamal Murray, 5'6". Next up, we got Spencer Dinwiddie here. 24 minutes, got 27 fantasy points. So we're still trying to figure out what Brooklyn's going to do, right? But Spencer Dinwiddie, at that price point, he's pretty safe. 4.9K. Kyrie at 8.5. You're taking a big risk paying that much, right? But it is a revenge game, right? It is a revenge game. And if these Brooklyn guys get their full run, or even if Kyrie gets mid-20s, might be worth it, guys. You can be a little contrarian. He got 30 fantasy points in 17 minutes. And you know he holds grudges. You know Kyrie, man. You will not want to get on his bad side. 8.5K. Could be sneaky, especially if he gets a minutes bump. Next up, Jrue Holiday. 29 minutes last game, 27 fantasy points. Had a shit game. Jrue Holiday's capable of getting 40. No problem in that amount of time. So at 7.7, guys, get him in there. Against CJ, I'd rather get the Dame. Okay, we already went over them. Kendrick Nunn, you can take some stabs at. He got 31 minutes last game, but had 21 fantasy points. It's Kendrick Nunn. It's the flying nun, right? He's either hit or miss. High risk, high reward. That's what we'll call him, guys. But that flying nun at 4.7, you can take some shots there. He gets the minutes. Darius Garland at 4.5 had a, shit game. 23 minutes, had 28 before that. But we'll see. We shall see. Worth consideration just because of the price point, right? If he was any more expensive than that, I'd say hell no. PJ Dozier at 4.1. If you want to take a shot, he's one of these points per minute monsters, right? 17 minutes last game, 28 fantasy points. Game before that, though, we ain't going to talk about that. But PJ Dozier, I think a lot of people might chase this. I think he's okay to play in the night slate, guys, but I wouldn't put him in the main. We already went over Theo, Javon Carter, and that's going to do it, guys. So hopefully y'all took notes, right? We went through it with a fine, how do you guys pronounce that? Fine pick tooth comb? I don't fucking know. That's what happens when I try and get all freaking intellectual on you guys, because that ain't me. All right. So don't forget, guys, dfsclub.com, my lineups, my cheat sheets. projections, ownership, you name it. And for every single sport, nobody does that. Nobody. I sound like one of them furniture salesmen on TV. So I'm going to say a prayer for everybody. We're going to get up out of here. God bless you. God bless your families. God bless your pets. Say it with me one time. Let's get this bread. Don't take shit from nobody. Coming to you from the TNT studios. Gabriel Skywalker, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. And no, I do not work at Target. Okay. I used to back in the day, but it's cold and let's face it, this is soft. I like it. So, but all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I gotta go study UFC now. It's my job is never done. The hardest worker in the industry, guys. Take care.